Hi, so today we are going to learn to Konmari fold dresses, the ones with the elastic at the bust area. Here I have 4 of different lengths and different fabrics. Each one folds a little bit differently just because of the different fabric and lengths. Hi and welcome to Just 2020. I have 4 different dresses here, so you can watch all 4 in sequence because each one does have a little bit different way of folding. Or you can jump to the timestamp showing on the screen for just the one that you want to learn now. This dress is the shortest of the 4 and it is a silky, satiny kind of fabric. First I fold in the shoulder straps and then I fold in the skirt in line with the ruching so that I can form that long rectangular shape. It's okay if the bottom doesn't totally perfectly line up with it because it's still making that proper shape. Depending on your size, you can add 2 or 3 folds lengthwise, top to bottom. I fold the elasticized part first because that is going to be the thickest and make the shape, and making small folds until I can get it to the size and shape that I want it to be. Remember, with the silky fabric, it is going to undo and slide around, so it's going to make it a little more difficult. If at first you don't succeed, try again to find a way that it will maintain its shape in a drawer, on a shelf, wherever you choose to store your item. The best way to make it work is to do a fold on each side and then leave a space between so that the folds will fit together nicely and that it will actually hold its shape and sit perfectly just like this. Here we have a similar dress to the first one, but it's a lot longer. So we again are going to fold in the little straps. I line up the seams on each side and the bottom, making it all kind of neat and tidy. It's a stretchy material, so you don't want to run your hands along it too much and stretch it out and make it move too much. My first and second folds are to make it that long rectangular shape. So I just make a fold according to where the ruche elasticized area and make it line up with that. The longer the dress, the more it seems that you will fold in at this first step. Don't worry if the bottom doesn't perfectly line up, as long as it has that main rectangular shape. Next we will fold in each side again to make our rectangle even thinner. And depending on the size of the dress, whether you're a small digit or a plus size, you will possibly add more folds at this point. Don't worry, the more folds you do does not mean the more wrinkles you will have. Next we are going to fold the elasticized part first, because that is the area that will maintain the shape the best, since the rest of the fabric is slippery. Then we make a fold on each side, a small fold, leaving a space between, which will allow our folded areas to sit nicely beside each other. And then it will maintain shape nicely, and it will stand up on its own on even this slippery surface. And it nicely matches our one that we folded earlier. So this dress is made of cotton and it's not really stretchy except for obviously the elasticized chest area. There are no straps, so we don't have to worry about folding those in. I find the seams and lay it flat that way and then try to line up the bottom seam as well. And that gives you a great starting point from where to do your first folds. Folding the skirt part in to match up with the elasticized chest area. Oh, hey, I have a friend visiting. Say hello. I fold both sides in to make that long rectangular shape. It's okay if your bottom doesn't match up perfectly because it's going to be folded in later anyways. Depending on how wide the dress is, if you're a plus size or regular or small, you may find that you want to fold the skirt a couple times instead of just once. And that is okay too. After getting that big rectangular shape, then I fold in the elasticized area and the skirt at the same time in order to make this very thin, long shape. Remember to slide your hands along and smooth the fabric. Smoothing at every stage does help maintain shape and prevents wrinkles too. You can slide your hands along the dress and maybe stretch it if you need to. Now we fold in the elasticized chest area because that will maintain the shape the most, and it will hold the best if we have it folded in small. Then I make quite a few folds that are smaller than you would traditional folding. And we remember to leave a small space between the folds so that it will help it maintain shape and it will stand up on its own just like the other ones. This is a very long dress, cotton fabric. It is very wrinkly at the moment, but that is nothing to do with how we folded it. There are 3 seams in the skirt, so we are going to line it up on the table accordingly, and that will help us with our folding. Lining up the bottom of the skirt as best you can as well, and sliding your hands along it like you would Marie Kondo, Konmari method. Next we want to fold the skirt part of it, not the elasticized chest area, but we want it to line up and be a nice long rectangle. So depending on how much the skirt comes out is how many folds this may take. Usually 1, sometimes 2 on each side. And at this point you should have only folded the skirt, not the elasticized chest area. Now we are going to make a fold on each side of the whole dress, and depending on the size of your dress is going to be either 2 folds or 3 at this point. Then we are going to fold our elasticized chest area into small folds, smaller than you would traditionally, and this will form the basis of our folded item, helping it maintain shape. Next we make folds on both sides, and there'll be small folds, remembering to leave a space between our folds so that as we do the final fold, it has space for our folds to be. And then you can see that it is the same size and shape as the others, and even on the slippery surface, they maintain their shape. And you will be able to find what you need easily.